All right, all right, all right, all right. Shalom, shalom, Sister Deborah, prophetess in the wilderness. And you know what? That's all right with me. Left my coffee. Coming again on this Deborah platform with another message. And I will say this is a lovely, lovely day in which the Most High, Ahaya has made. And I, Sister Deborah, shall and I will rest therein. Just coming with a little something. Okay, I want to say this here. I don't know if you all remember when I told you, I think maybe a week ago, that they're actually planning on eliminating the population by half, 50%. And there have been 3 power punchers who have mentioned it, and if they have mentioned it, they will succeed without a doubt. And they saying by the year of 2025. But in my spirit, it was spoken. Deborah. They're saying by the year of 2025, we would have half the population. If, and only if, they start now. And that shows me that the UN, Bill Gates, and these other couple of people, which they were elites, when they spoke it on nationwide television, the Father let me know it's because when He has released something, they have the power to bring it forth. Ooh-wee. It has been released from the heaven. And they do what they do best. Bring evil and wicked and evil. So this is what they're saying. And I wondered, I said, Father, how is it that they are allowing all these European and these different doctors and now speak about the crookedness of it all and speak about how many people have passed away from the first one, not based on going to the hospital and dying, but actually receiving the V, you guys. So they just showed us that the virus was man-made. The V was man-made. Woo-wee! And now they finna show us the V again, the virus again, and the whole overall is that we're gonna eliminate 50% of the population. You see how sick people are? When they said they gave 55 billion to Africa, that's because Africa have sold their people out. As usual, y'all didn't really understand. Yeah, a lot of y'all, you know what? It's a sad thing how people don't even understand what African is. Them are some wicked. I mean, the type of wicked that likes to practice Satanism in all kind of forms. They will kill off their people as quick as you can blink your eye. So this 55 billion is to allow it to be the #1 country to bring down their own people with this here biochemical, with this thing that they're about to bring out. Right now, they're not even stuck on people saying things about it or speaking about it. You know why? Heaven has released it for them to do what they do best. Okay? I'm going to give you a little example. You know how Job was Satan was saying to the Father, if you put your hand on Job, what all I can do to him? Well, that's what heavens has done. It has been released out of the mighty hand of the Father in the heaven on the throne for Satan, wicked and evil, to do what they were created to do in the days of evil and wicked and evil. So they're trying to fulfill something that was prophesied. And while we're walking around here thinking we're holier than thou, we haven't even took him at his word. We think it's about us. Me, what I want to do, what I want to have, what I want to get, what I want to be. And guess what? Many shall die by the biochemical. Many. And the kind of shaky thing is about it with me is they have announced it. And then they announced that many people than we even thought or could even imagine have already died from the first one. We just too ignorant to speak on it or to recognize it. They even announced that. When they letting movies come out saying sudden death, that is not somebody who's concerned about sudden death. That is still the elites, Satan's team, just letting you know we about to rumble. And then you got people around thinking they holier than thou, and they gonna overbeat and overpower this with saying they know, or saying they serve, or who they serve, or who they stand with. Baby, you standing alone, and you serve nobody but your flesh. And I just love how the Father is the same yesterday, today, and forevermore, because people are running around trying to make everything work for them and theirs, and don't even understand what they're gonna look like in the days to come. Because it's a sad thing, and if it wasn't for the Most High preparing me, and still yet He's still working with me in understanding. You know what? If you're seeking me first, you got to understand. I'm going to show you, Deborah, that you don't get caught up in everybody. Don't think that every one of your children or your children or your mama and everybody. No, seek me. Just keep yourself in the lane where I'm at, where my presence, where I called you, where I appointed you, where I anointed you, I predestined you and mold you, and where I shape you. Stay in that lane. You see? So all I'm saying is, many of us are playing a game with ourselves. We're playing a game with ourselves, with this mindset that we are serving the Most High or higher. He already know who is serving him, you guys. He already know who is about him. I wouldn't give a rat's behind if the whole world was following me. I don't give a rat's behind it. If a higher ain't for me, I don't care. Or with me, I don't care. But see, that's for me. For others, it's the opposite way. But I just thank him for the way he has led me and guided me and shown me the way and predestined me and ordained me and foreknew me and molded me, shaped me, appointed me, anointed me. I just thank him for that and that alone, you know. So a lot of things that, like Sister Deborah was saying, woo, that man jumped right in front of that truck. Could have caused a terrible accident. But let me tell y'all, woo, the minds of people today is off the chain. And they knew when they gave that fee that the people are going to have at least 2 years. If they make it the 3rd year, they dropping dead. They knew it. And they sit here trying to remind you, sudden death, y'all ain't see how the the world, especially this country, is so off balance with anything righteous. They can't see righteous sitting right before them because they so busy looking and beholding and approving unrighteous. They could care anything about righteous, and it's sitting right there looking at unrighteous, and while unrighteous cut up from the floor and the people applauding. When they said they want to eliminate the population by 50%, you should have heard the people clap. See, you tell me those. You see what I'm talking about? For as minds gone, those are people who think that they're going to be the one that survive, but they don't understand. They don't understand life and death. He didn't give that to Satan, the beast, and the demons, and the Antichrist. He didn't give that type of power to them. He gave them the power to practice the evil and wicked at its highest level today. He didn't give them the power to just take life and to do this. Then the power that he did give them is to take the life, because he released the life from the heaven. See, y'all didn't know that. And that's why you don't know it, because you don't want to hear spirit and truth by his true servants, the true prophets. See, true prophets ain't out there talking he say, she say. True prophet ain't out there talking, oh, he wants you to dress like this, to look like this, and to walk like this, and to talk like this. Oh, he wants you to have many wives, or he wants you to know that he is accepting many wives. That is not what the true prophets are about. That's not the true prophets. We have to be about our Father's business. We're supposed to tell you what God said are higher in our spirit. And we're speaking not to you, but to those that are in the spirit of the Most High, our highest righteous will. You see what I'm saying? So a lot of times people thinking that just because they're feeling this thing, that they're a part of this thing. They're not a part of it. They think they're the part of the thing of the world. They ain't a part of the spiritual things, because the spiritual things honor and not so much as honor, but respect the spiritual things, and the natural things respect the natural things. So that's how he explained it to me, you know, and I thank him for really preparing me to accept that a lot of things are going to go on. I'm going to have to embrace it for what it is. Not what I want it to be, but what it is. Let it be what he have already orchestrated it to be. And embrace it. You know? So I thank him for that. I thank him for no matter what. I know that he has the first and the last. Do you know that Ahia has the first and the last? Say so over any and all things. So when I think about years ago when Obama had ordered a whole bunch of caskets. I think I'm pronouncing it right. Now, the thing about it, why are you ordering those things? Way back then, because he's a part in it, you guys. Those things are going to be used. While we're thinking, oh, he's coming to get us here and this and this. Yes, I want to let y'all know he is coming to get his. No doubt about it. And guess what? It's sooner than you can even imagine, y'all. It is sooner than you can even imagine. So if you're not paying attention to what they're already starting to do, they already started. China didn't know when they put them in what is it, where you can't go out, quarantine, and telling them they couldn't go out anymore. That was a trap. That was a trap to release them out. And the people went out by great numbers. Mask ain't got no connection to this, y'all. That's a front. It ain't no connection. It's no connection, none whatsoever. Okay? None. It can't stop nothing. Okay? So now they got videos showing here being shown here in the United States, where China are booming with this new virus. And where are they letting them come? Straight over here in other countries. Certain countries. They ain't going over Russia. See that? It's a setup, y'all. And Russia is not partaking in that setup. But they are booming with bringing the biochemical out. And they want you to think that it's coming out of China because they're going to start at the 8th of January. China is going to be allowed to come to the United States. Isn't that deep? They letting them come here. That is really deep, isn't it? That shows you that it's here already. It's been here. It's coming out of our own CDC. They just using China. And China playing it for all its worth because all of them connected to the same system. Okay? And they making you think that if China's going to bring it here or so on and so on. Let me tell you, it's here already. It never left here. Okay? So the powerful, I think the most powerful thing is for Bill Gates, UN, and the other elites, and then they pay off Africa. That was the sign that Africa sold their peoples out. Sold all them lives out for $55 billion. Yep, that's what they're doing with them. $55 billion. And that's where you're going to see many that has never, the first time, remember they didn't do it to Africa because Africa was giving them what they want. But now they sending a message. We got to get rid of Africa, period. So we can take on that land the way we want it. And furthermore, we'll pay them this. And they'll sell us their people. And that's why they paid them $55 billion. It's so that they can bring it in the way that they want to and affect the people there. Okay? And you'll start hearing about it. So while we're looking at 2025 for being the time that 50% of the population shall be destroyed, no, that's when it's gonna end, y'all. So this thing that they're about that they're stepped into, the plan was from 2023 to 2025. Our plan been fully successful by that name, but they already started. And see, when 2025 come, it's going to be tapering off, but it's going to be completed its mission. That's another thing we didn't pay any attention to. It's a lot of stuff, but it doesn't matter. But I just wanted to throw some things out so many of us don't be so out there thinking we know everything and we okay and we this. You can't trust that the Father is going to make sure that he is or not. That's another reason why they are marked in their forehead, because no matter what take place, you ain't gonna bother those. You get what I'm saying, you guys? A highest is not going to. So you're not going to be able to. A lot of people thinking they're going to cross the bridge when they get to that bridge. Oh no, baby. A higher checking you out before you got to the bridge. When you came out of your mother's womb, he knew you. He knew who you were, who you is, and who you have been in him. And if you today don't know where you stand in a higher today, then you know where you reside for eternal. Know that for sure. If you're living today and you can't really measure where you stand in the most high, then know where you stand on the other side. Because if you don't know today, you'll know tomorrow. Okay? So So Sister Deborah, wants to say to you all, there are a lot of things that's happening right before our eyes, and the Father has allowed them to bring it forth in plain view, in plain sight. They're not holding back words. They're not holding back nothing. They don't care about the fear. They don't care about the countries. They don't care about anything. They're putting it on the table. They have put it on the table and have put much food on your plate to go back, to know that this is what is about to take place. And they got the power to orchestrate it all, because heaven has released it from that what? That mighty right hand of the Father. See, it's a sad thing. It's a real sad thing, because many took on situations thinking that, and still taking on, it's about them and theirs. And that's another kind of sad thing. But it you know what, I need to stop calling it sad, because if the Father knows about it and they've been portrayed, they all let in some, and that what they are doing is preparing themselves and theirs a way that is not godly, it's earthly. See, a lot of people don't know about that. They thinking they're preparing themselves earthly for that which they portray to be godly. Let me say that again. They are portraying their life earthly and their spirit earthly, and portraying in their mind, in their fleshly mind, that they're walking spiritually, and it's not going to rumble with the Father. He know who you are. Again, I say, find out who you are, know who you are, where you stand in the Most High. And again, I like to thank you all for all of you all, really, for your donations, your cup of water, your cold cup of water. I thank you for it. I tell you, I thank you. I thank you. I thank you. Sister Deborah has never been a greed or one who caught up in materialistic or the worldly things. I'm more so caught up in people who feels the Father from the inside out and feel that they're doing what He asks of them. Because it's nothing to do with what Sister Deborah is really asking, because it really can't do anything for Deborah. So I know that those that are giving and continue to do so, you know what? That's an act of your gratefulness of and out of the heart of Ahia. Your heart is desiring to touch rims with His. You see, because if you really think about it, just think. The way things cost and the things are today, what can an individual do with it? It is a drink, a cup of water. I thirst for righteousness. And you give that cup of cold water unto me. And I thank you, because when you give me that cup of water, my desire is to give you the word of Yah. As you thirst, we thirst together. And I thank the Most High, because that's how I see it. I don't see it as getting rich or really having anything or really going somewhere with something. Just think. But you have sick minds who would think that they have the power over what is theirs, and they thinking that only time they would give if they're in control, if they are ruling over you. And that is never a part of what Ahia is partaker in. Ahia would never be partaker in that. So it's not a gift of the spirit. It is a gift of the flesh. So I say again, I appreciate each and every last one of you giving the prophetess a cold cup of water in the name of a higher. I appreciate that. I really do. And it ain't the amount. It ain't got nothing to do with that. Because like I said, if you connect that, and you'll see that, hey, wait a minute, this is nothing that can benefit naturally. So this got to be spiritual. You see what I'm saying? It got to be spiritual. Sometimes a higher will try your natural heart to tap in to what he has prepared for your spiritual heart. And a lot of people don't know that. These are the things he said that has been given to the prophets, the mysteries. And then you got many walk around so preparing themselves for the world. And the world is preparing to end life. And a higher is preparing to give life. So that leads you to understand, where do you stand in it all, in life itself. He said, narrow is the gate that lead to life, eternal life. So eternal life is a way, a direction that lead one. It's led by one. You see? And he said what? Very few shall find. Why? Because people want to put those who are walking in the direction to the narrow gate, they want to put them in the world. They want to see them worldly. They want to put them in the world. They want them to look like the world. They want them to be about the world. But what they don't understand, it is not your mind, your thoughts, your feelings, and the way you rumble that's going to put what is our highest in the world. He said, you can't pluck us out of his hand. And you can't pour one over our eyes. So you have to understand the power of how the Father's right hand has orchestrated his to be what he said that individual is going to be. So a lot of things we are doing, kind of overworking ourselves in the flesh, because our spirit don't have no eternal destiny. And I suggest that you give yourself some thought of where you stand in the flesh while your spirit is living therein. See where you stand in the flesh. Am I about the flesh? Maybe I am. If you about all the things of the flesh, the things that protects the flesh, that shields the flesh, that houses the flesh, that gives the flesh what it's seeking. And when the flesh is seeking in that way, it's seeking the things of itself. It's self-centered. It's self-motivated. Or is your flesh seeking the things that is in the spirit realm that represents Yah? See, I'm telling you, this Father, he is so awesome in all his ways, in the way he rumble, in the way he go about things, in the way he have done things. And I just thank him for it. So I ask you to search yourself. No search someone else. Search yourself. Never get on this devil platform and search these that are on this devil platform, because they're representing Satan himself. 99.9. So I, Sister Deborah, say I hope you have a wonderful morning, and shalom and shalom.